He got up there. We in the middle of negotiation. He got up there, told everything we were supposed to be doing. And then got on the time to win this time. And he don't come. Then we got a session, listen to the word. You got a tangle ball ball. And you ready? I'll lose it. I'm gonna extra ball back.
Good evening.
How you doing, sir? I'm good. How are you?
Good. How you doing, sir? Fine, sir.
You probably remember my grandson. He was a small boy, and so anyway, he got a little house. But he had a picture we done drawing it. It was a picture when we went to Obama inauguration. Had all that stuff on there. So anyway, he hung the picture up. And guess who? I took him up there to see John Spratt.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, he did a garage, the inauguration here, Thank Memorial, him playing on some nice. You know, he took all the pictures and put them all together. And down here in the corner, he had him a picture done. That's up there. I tell you what, I'm on that. Hey,
I'll get word. Good morning. Not good morning. Good evening. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good.
That's not a teacher. What is? Hey, we're going on.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I appreciate your life for me.
Testing one.
Testing, yes.
Testing.
I thought I was going to
Now, 6:00 p.m. Chair would like to call this August 16th, 2022 regular call board meeting, regular board meeting to order. Public have been duly notified, Ms. Brown?
Yes, sir.
And do I confirm quorum? Chair would ask for a motion to go into executive session for will it be personnel matters? Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion, we in an executive session for personnel matters, providing I get a second.
A second. Motion made by Ms. Harrison, second by Mr. Davis. We're going to executive session for personnel matters. All in favor, show by raising of the right hand. That would be 6-0. Just for the note, Mrs. Green is out of town, so. All right. Yeah, man. Right. Thank you.
What's the name? What you go 34?
Time we need a motion to come out of executive session. No action were taken.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion, we exit executive session, no actions taken.
Motion made by Ms. Harrison, second by Mr. Davis to come out of executive session. All in favor, show by raising of the right hand. That would be 6-0. At this time, we're just wanted to welcome everyone to this August 16th board meeting. We do appreciate you for supporting the district. We thank. I look out there and I see the different ones. They have children in the district, whether you just pastor or just a good citizen. We thank you for supporting our school system. And the ones that's on YouTube looking, we thank you. At this time, we have our pledge of allegiance from our secretary, Mr. Stevens. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
All right. Thank you. At this time, we would like to approve the agenda as is. Probably come out that. Approve the agenda.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to approve the agenda as presented.
Motion made by Ms. Harrison, second by Mr. Davis, approve the agenda as is presented. All in favor, show by raising the right hand. Ms. Brown, that would be 6-0. At this time, do we have any public comment?
No, sir.
No public comment. At this time, we have our presentation from our Dr. Avery.
Good evening.
Good evening.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, Dr. J.R. Green, and the Fairfield family, it gives me great pleasure to recognize and celebrate the 2022-2023 District Teachers of the Year. These stellar educators represent the very best of Fairfield County School District and were selected by their peers for this honor. If Dr. Green and if Chairman Miller would like to join us here.
I will, but I would ask that, want the whole board to come up.
Okay.
If they would, the whole board, don't come up.
Each honoree will receive a trophy or a glass memento for this occasion. All right, we will begin tonight with Ms. Robin Gaither. Robin Gaither is a 7th grade English language arts teacher at Fairfield Middle School. Ms. Gaither states, "It is not one accomplishment that ignites such pride in my educational career. It is the collection of experiences that impacted students, families, and colleagues, and the educational community throughout the years." She's joined by Mr. Brunson.
Let's go to the other side of it. That was the thing. Excellent, you can do it around the clock.
Ms. Stephanie Vincent is a computer science teacher at Fairfield Central High School with a concentration in computer science discoveries, integrated business applications, personal finance, and accounting. She states, "I have been blessed to be recognized with awards such as Rookie of the Year and Avid Educator of the Month. But the real reward is hearing positive feedback from our students throughout the year, as well as after they have graduated and transitioned to the next part of their lives." Ms. Natasha Piles is a 2nd grade teacher in reading, math, science, and social studies at Kelly Miller Elementary. Ms. Piles states, "My greatest contributions and accomplishments in education is being able to witness the success my students have on tasks given to them, no matter how big, such as scoring at or above on standardized tests, or small, such as learning how to tie his or her shoe." Ms. Paula Mendenhall is a 2nd grade educator in ELA, math, science, and social studies, and health at Fairfield Magnet School for Math and Science. She believes one of her greatest accomplishments as an educator thus far will be the ability to teach virtually and in person in the middle of a pandemic. There are many rewards in teaching, but for me, I find it most rewarding when my former students still feel the need to go out of their way to stop by my classroom just to say hello. Dr. Kim Yarborough. All right. Dr. Yarborough is a sixth grade ELA math, science, and social studies teacher at Morton Odyssey Academy. She states, teaching fills me with so much joy that I cannot imagine working in another profession. I enjoy meeting new community members, colleagues, parents, and students each school year. Education brings such variety, change, influence, and excitement. There's never a dull moment. And the next three educators, before we recognize the district teacher of the year, our next three educators could not make it here tonight. Dr. Kristen Purple is a music educator at Giger Elementary School, and she states, throughout my experience of teaching, I've learned that it takes the whole community to make students and teachers feel welcome, and Giger Elementary has an amazing community. And that is Dr. Kristen Purple. Ms. Courtney Ginyard is a health and science teacher or health science teacher at Fairfield Career and Technology Center. Ms. Ginyard's greatest contribution to education is her commitment and dedication to lifelong learning to her students. She states that my greatest accomplishment in education was last year when the health science program implemented the patient care technician certification, and 6 out of 8 students passed on their first attempt. Ms. Sarah Rambo is a third grade ELA math, science, and social studies teacher at Fairfield Elementary School. And Ms. Rambo stated, during this past school year, I had one of my greatest personal accomplishments. I was moved to a new grade level, third grade, and tasked with teaching all content areas. I was honest with my administrator about how nervous I was teaching math, since I struggled so much with math when I was in school. I quickly saw that because I struggled with math growing up, I was able to use my struggles to help my students. If my students did not understand the topic, I kept working with the students until we found a strategy that worked for them. Not least, Ms. Carissa Davis is the instructional facilitator for child development through 6th grade at McCoy Liston School of Technology, and she is also the Fairfield County School District Teacher of the Year. Our district, to compete in the state level district teacher of the year. Ms. Davis states, my greatest contributions are the impact that I've had on the girls in the youth group and first year teachers in our district. As a mentor of the youth group, I have encouraged elementary age girls to explore ideas that they may have never explored before. I have facilitated sessions that boosted their self-awareness, and the possibilities that extend from having a growth mindset. As an induction coordinator in the district, I've helped first year teachers realize the impact that they have had on their students. My service to teachers and students in each of these roles are 2 contributions that I've made to Fairfield County community. So let's give them all a round of applause. Teachers of the year, if you could come forward for one group picture. And bring your award.
All right. At this time, we need a motion for our board minutes.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion that we accept the superintendent recommendations to approve the board minutes from July 19th, regular call board meeting.
Motion made by Ms. Harrison to approve second by Mr. Davis to approve the July 19th board meeting. With no errors. All in favor, show by the raising of the right hand. That would be 6-0. At this time, we'll have a superintendent report.
Chairman, all members of the board, first of all, let me acknowledge all of our teachers of the year. As I said during the convocation, I never had the privilege of being voted teacher of the year. I was not good enough. So that tells me that these young folks are the best of the best. And I had an opportunity to visit each and every one of their classes, and I can tell you they do an absolutely phenomenal job. It is a recognition that is well deserved. So let's even know around Paul. So a couple of things. First of all, let me thank students, faculty, staff, parents, and everyone who was involved in the beginning of the 2022-2023 school year. Faculty, staff, transportation, maintenance, food services. Everyone has done a remarkable job to make this a great opening. I know people were a little less than excited about the opening since we were coming back as early as we ever have. Coming back August 1st, so people weren't necessarily that excited about that. But hopefully we will appreciate the new schedule once we have these intersession breaks that will begin in October. And so I appreciate the patience of everyone who made adjustments to accommodate a new schedule. As I have said on multiple occasions, we are trying something new. If we find that it does not fit our community, we can always go back to the old schedule. I am optimistic, however, that once we experience this new schedule and these new intersessions, that our students, faculty, staff, and parents will embrace it and will not want to go back. We did have a couple of challenges this year. I'll just share that. You probably heard that we had a few teaching ed issues. We had to move some classes. We had to bring in some portable units. But I think we are coming pretty close to getting those issues resolved. Unfortunately, because of supply chain issues, even when units have been ordered, it takes a long time to get them in. Even when you identify parts that need to be repaired, sometimes it takes a long time to get them in. And so this is kind of the new normal that we are in. I can tell you that we have made an order to replace all of the units that were listed school technology. We made an order to replace several of the units that Fairfield Central High School. Career Technology Center has a unit or two that needs to be replaced, and some other schools. And so even in those places that we've identified even their issues, I can tell you that we are working diligently to get them resolved. But I can assure you that we aren't going to have any students in a class that is not comfortable. And so we have to make some adjustments. We will make those adjustments and continue to make those adjustments to try and navigate the current time that we're in. And so I'd like to thank, as I said, parents, because I had a couple of parents that called me and said, well, superintendent, tell me what you're doing about these issues. And I tell them, trust me, we're working on them, and we will get them resolved. And we will make whatever adjustments that are necessary to get through this time period. So I appreciate their patience in that regard. It's something I want to speak about a little bit. And I called a meeting, even though, as I told someone about it, a little bit out my lane, but I'm used to getting out my lane from time to time. But I called a meeting with some of our county leadership around some of the issues surrounding gun violence in our community. anyone who has been keeping up with the news, you know that we have had several shootings in Fairfield County over the last 8 or 10 weeks. And so I asked Sheriff to join me, Chief of Police, City Manager. I asked the County Administrator, several folks from the District Safety and Security Division, because we want to talk about what we can do to increase safety and security in our community. And so people may ask, well, JR, if this doesn't involve schools, why is it essential that you be involved with that? And the simple answer is because we're concerned about our young people, whether they're in school or out of school. I mean, our concern been here when they're out of school. And if things are occurring, then we want to be a part of the solution. Nothing bothers me more than people who want to talk about problems but offer no solutions. Easy, that's easy work to talk about what's wrong. The work comes in when it's about trying to make a thing right. That's right. And so I appreciate them coming together to have that initial conversation. So we had a very productive meeting and really talked about some issues, talked about some things that we can do better as a leadership. Because I am a strong believer that who much is given, much is required. And so leadership has to help come up with some answers. And so we're going to have another meeting with the leadership. And then we're going to have a broader community meeting where we're going to ask mamas and daddies and uncles and aunts and deacons and pastors and everyone that come join us to talk about what we can do to create a safer community. I see my neighbor in the audience there, Ms. Keisha. She and I were at an event on Saturday, Stop the Violence event. And there were multiple people out there really concerned about the same things. And really trying to bring people together to talk about how we solve this issue of violence in our community. And I am totally optimistic that we can do it, but we'll only be able to do it if we work collectively. Anyone who asks me how we solve the problem, the one thing I'm sure about is there is no one single answer that will solve the problem. Some people say, well, we need to get parents to do a better job, we need to get kids to be more comfortable, we need law enforcement to be more efficient, schools to do better. But guess what? All of those things need happen. Okay? Everyone will need to be a part of the solution. And so I welcome you to join us. We've not publicized that date for the broader community meeting, but that will be soon. And we welcome everyone to come and share your thoughts, concerns, your feelings, and whether you want to blame me, that's not blame whoever. But we want to have some conversations about how we improve safety in our community. I think we are at a crisis point. That we have to do something about it. Okay, and so I welcome you to join me when we bring that together and really talk about what we do to solve some of these issues and really teach our young people how to resolve conflict a little better. Something that I really appreciated. Several members of that event that occurred on Saturday called me. Minister Mark Hill called me out of the bright early on Monday morning. As the superintendent, when you spoke at the event, you asked us, what are we going to do next? As I said, we're going to do that. And he said, I'm here to tell you that we are prepared to start coming into school and really mentoring our young boys. We are prepared to come and tell our story to really try and encourage them to seek a different path. And so he and a group of individuals who have gone through some of those struggles. Like I said, that they are willing to commit 1 day a week to come to work with some of our young people who may be headed down the wrong path. You know, I said this during the event on Saturday. The reality is, young people got the best parents they're going to get. Ain't a second set nowhere else. And so, rather they are there as they should, or rather they aren't, the question is, if they aren't, what are we going to do next to the community? And that may mean that there may be some fathers who may have to pitch in and help provide guidance to somebody who did not have father. That might be that there are some mothers and some grandmothers who may have to pitch in and help provide guidance to someone who's not a part of your lineage. All this conversation we've been having for years, that it takes a village to raise a child. Let's see if we really believe that. We say it, but as the young people say, don't talk about it, be about it. We have to show people that we really mean that we are truly a village. And I am confident that we will. But this is going to be a call to action to really rally behind our young people and see if we can help usher them in the right direction. COVID-19. All right. We unfortunately we were coming back to school in the midst of a COVID surge. I'm gonna kind of tell you what we've seen relative to COVID-19 this year. I appreciate that we had some faculty and staff members who took our advice and got tested before they returned. We have some students who did the same thing. So we found out several positives before students even got back on the first. But we still have seen somewhat of an uptick relative to our COVID-19 numbers. I'm going to share the COVID-19 update, and then I'm going to give you some new guidance from the CDC and DHEC. First slide is private. Weekly isolations, week of August 8th through the 12th, as you can remember, that would be the second week of school. We had 15 isolations. And remember, an isolation is a confirmed COVID-19 case where a student had to stay home for a minimum of 5 days. And so we had 15 the week of August 8th through the 12th. Now, obviously, that's not anything to get too alarmed by, but we continue to monitor these numbers. To make sure that we are not moving up too quick. Next slide. You saw the week of August 1st through the 5th. We had 8 positive cases. And so we pretty much doubled that the next week. We will continue to monitor, as I said, those numbers each and every week to make sure that we aren't necessarily beginning to see a crisis relative to the COVID-19 case. The next slide. Staff cases, we were always 8 through 12, we had 15 isolations. And as I said earlier, we appreciate the staff members, particularly during that first week, who identified themselves as positive and did not report to school. We had some who reported to school during that first week, but immediately had to go into isolation. But the next slide, you see that we have improved from where we were the week prior. So first week, July 25th to 29th, which is the week before students returned, we had 9 cases. The first week of school, we had 12. And then August 8th to the 12th, we only had 1 case. So we are beginning to move in the right direction. One big change from the Centers for Disease Control and DHEC is the new guidance does not require students or staff to quarantine if they are the close contact. Now, you probably remember we had lots of conversations about contact tracing, and if I was positive, we wanted to see how many people I came into contact with. And then all those people that I was in contact with for a minimum of 15 minutes and a minimum of 6 feet apart, then we asked them to actually quarantine for so much time. Well, CDC says that you no longer required to quarantine. Okay, so we no longer doing contact tracing. That doesn't mean you don't have to isolate if you are a positive case, but you no longer have to quarantine if you come into contact with a positive case. So let me make sure everybody follows what I'm saying. If I'm positive for COVID-19, I got to isolate for a minimum of 5 days until there are no longer symptoms. I'm fever-free for at least 24 hours. If I'm positive and Mr. Miller was sitting beside me, he doesn't necessarily have to quarantine anymore. In the past, if Mr. Miller sat beside me for a minimum of 15 minutes for a distance within 6 feet. Now he had quarantined for a period of time. CDC said that students, faculty, or staff are no longer required to quarantine. Now, obviously, they've done research on that. It says that they think the numbers, the risk of transmission is not as great as it once was because of the level of vaccination, the number of people who have immunity. I'm not sure what went into all of that decision, but students and staff will no longer be required to quarantine. Another change that came down from the CDC is in the past, if a student was in isolation because he or she was positive, when they returned, they had the mask from from day 6 through day 10. All right. So if you were out for 5 days because you were positive for COVID-19, when you returned on day 6, you're supposed to wear your mask 6, 7, 8 days, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. Okay. CDC changed that and said, if you come back on day 6 now and you do a rapid test and you're negative, and then you do another rapid test on day 8, you can stop masking after day 8. So you no longer have to mask through day 10. Now, let me just tell you, I spent a lot of time in school, and people have grown a bit weary of masking. Okay. And so as I walk through the halls, but think that our secondary school, and even all my elementary school, you see fewer and fewer and fewer students who are masking. You also see fewer and fewer faculty and staff members who are masking. And I understand the fatigue. I mean, it is going on for a while, and people are a bit fatigued with it. So I think we just recognize that people are masking much less than they were last year. But even with that, I think we're still managing our COVID numbers. We don't get to the point of what DA calls an outbreak until we're at 20% of students, faculty, and staff being positive in a particular school. And as you can see from those numbers, we're nowhere near 20%. So we're not anywhere near any kind of outbreak rates on the definition of DA. Any questions about COVID before I move on? COVID-19 questions to answer.
Question to the middle, Dr. Green. I have a question. Dr. Green, do you see the district partnering with some other organizations doing some COVID sites?
So you mean COVID testing or COVID vaccinations? You testing or vaccination?
Testing.
Testing. Well, you know what I'll say is, Mr. Davis, I think we're pretty good when it comes to testing. I mean, we have a lot of rapid tests on hand. These rapid tests are very accurate, as I understand it, and you can give them pretty quickly. I think right now we are in pretty good shape when it comes to testing. However, I continue to encourage people to get vaccinated. I can see a partner with someone on a vaccination claim, because I think that still provides a level of protection, particularly against severe illness. So I could see that, and you know, even though some people say that, you know, they don't want to get vaccinated and they don't know a lot about the vaccine, I trust it, and I encourage people to seek guidance from your medical provider, because I think it will be beneficial in the long run. So not necessarily with testing, Mr. Davis. I think testing, I feel pretty good about where we are. However, I think relative to vaccination will be part of it.
Mr. Chair, Dr. Green, okay, I'm going back to your other statements you made. With them getting out the week in October, can you explain to the ones that's working 245 and 260? From my understanding, do they have to take vacation days, or if they're off during those weeks that they are actually the other ones are off?
Yeah, and so, and I don't want to mess it up, Ms. Harrison, but off the top of my head, if you work at 245 or 260, you are required to work during an intercession break. You can obviously take vacation days if you want to be off during an intercession break. But only teachers and people who own 190-day contract, have those days off. And there are also other contract statuses, obviously, got people on 190 and 225, we got a lot of contract days. But people who own the 245 and 260 are required to work through an session unless they take vacation day.
Okay, I had a lot of people ask about that. They wanted to be off too, without taking their days, Okay, and going back to the gun violence, Bethlehem and Ridgeway used to do that prayer walk before school, but of course, you know, COVID hit. So they stopped doing it, but Melissa Adams, works with the fire department in Ridgeway, she wanted to start back again and do like a gun violence, like we did in Ridgeway at Moses Belleville Church. And so we decided maybe to do it in September, but I was gonna get former Sergeant Sean McDaniel, he no longer work with the police department now, but he's very inspirational to a lot of these young kids around here. He has spoken at a lot of events, and actually he had a program in Columbia to help a lot of these kids that are going down the wrong path. So we decided to get him to speak, to come up, because he has reached a lot of kids, and we got to reach these kids before we lose too many. We're losing too many kids, and he's willing to come up and do whatever he can. He has spoken at the high school before in the previous years, and actually a lot of kids reached out to him from Fairfield, you know, to talk to him about different things that's going on in their lives. So I'll get y'all a date and I'll share it with everybody, whoever can come. We're gonna walk, we're gonna pray, we're gonna get these people out here to talk to these kids, and I'm gonna reach out to Coach Davis and them to try to get these football players, basketball players, and everybody out. But we gotta all work together because we are losing a lot of them.
Thank you. I know Sean and I know Sean working. You have a question?
Dr. Quinn, we talk about these tests. They're really available, right?
Yes.
Just about, are they free or,
Yes, and so, I mean, the nurses have our rapid test. Obviously, we have the ability to administer them. But, we have provided some time to staff and allow them to administer those themselves. But we don't charge them for rapid test.
That's clear.
A couple of other things before I turn it back over to you. Our first football game is going to be this Friday versus Carver's Bay. So we had an opportunity to come out and check out the Griffins for their first bit of action. Even though they had a little action last week in the Jamboree, but this will be the first regular season match. Cross country travel with the Chestnut today for their first scrimmage. And girls tennis and volleyball will be kicking off the season very soon. So we're right in the midst of kicking off the school year and our fall sports season. Thank you, Chairman Miller.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. As always. Operation finance.
Good evening. In the board packet this evening, you have the finance report for the month of July for board review. This is the first month of the fiscal year, so there's not a lot of activity. But if you have any questions or comments, be happy to take.
Wait, Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Robinson, I'm sure you're gonna say, yeah, we are. I know we're on the right track. We still looking pretty good. We're gonna be okay once everything come in.
We will be with regards to this past year, yes. We're still doing some adjustments now. Auditors kind of started the process of going over the book. So once they are finished, and generally that'll be the end of September, early October, then we should have some final results. But right now, we look pretty good.
Okay. Thank you.
What is pretty good?
Everybody must get it from he ain't gonna need much now.
I mentioned before, we projected to be to have $1 million coming out of the fund balance. I think we'll do a little bit better than that. It's hard to say the exact number because we still have to do some adjustments, so I don't want anybody to hang on a particular number, but I think we're in good shape.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Anybody got any more questions? Let's go. That's who you want to be in charge of the money. You want somebody who go watch it out in the hall.
Yeah.
Services. We appreciate Mr. Robinson watching the money. But you might. Thank you.
Good time.
All right. Human resources.
Yeah, Ms. Sal is out today. She had death in the family, so I'm going to appreciate Ms. Sal today. In your board, within your board packet, you see the exhibit. I can hardly see it, but my eyes are going. Exhibit 1, certified resignations and termination. Yeah.
Do we get a motion?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion, we accept the superintendent recommendation to approve certified resignation termination for the 22-23 academic year, exhibit 1.
I see. Motion made by Ms. Harrison, second by Mr. Davis. Exhibit 1. All in favor, show by raising the right hand. That would be 6. Next.
Chairman Miller, members of the board, we have certified recommendations in exhibit 2A and exhibit 2B. If there is no objection, if you could take both of those together, we would appreciate it.
Can I get a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion, we accept the superintendent recommendation to approve certified professional educators for the 22-23 academic year, exhibit 2A, exhibit 2B.
I see. Motion made by Ms. Harrison. Question. Good. Right, like mine. I can't see that.
Professional management.
Certified recommendation for exhibit 2A and 2B. Motion made by Ms. Harrison, second by Mr. Davis. All in favor, show by the raising of the hand. That would be 6-0. And that concludes that.
And finally, Chairman Miller, we have a recommendation, certified administrative recommendation in exhibit 3. If we present that to you for your approval.
Can we get a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
make a motion, we approve certified professional administrators for academic year 2022-23, exhibit 3.
I said, motion made by Ms. Harrison, second by Mr. Davis. Certified reputation, professional, and exhibit 3, it will be 3.
Yeah.
All in favor, show by raising the right hand. That would be 6-0. That's it, Doc? All right. Let's go to board policy. Policy, can I get a motion on the, it would be the second reading?
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
make a motion, we accept the superintendent recommendation to approve, it's saying first reading, but it's second reading. Second reading of the new board policy, EBCD, safety plans and drills issued August 22.
Second, such motion.
Motion made by Ms. Harrison, second by Dr. Harrison. On second reading. Exhibit. Go ahead with that. Superintendent recommendation for approved certified.
No,
I told you. I
policy, EBCD.
I'm like blind now. ED. All in favor, show by raising the right hand. All 6-0. All right. That's the second reading. Fine. Thank you. Board chair report. Just wanted to everyone We do have a few things coming up. We have our school law conference that's going to be in Greenville, 26, 27, 28. So all the board members again make it. We also have our General Assembly in December in Charleston. So everyone, and we will pick alternate later. You know, in looking at things on Monday, I think it's Monday night, and you know, one thing about the school system, you know, we work collectively together, you know, and we have a foundation, and we have a school system, which is two separate entities. But sometimes folks that make false claims, say things that it's not untrue, you know. First of all, you know, I just wanted to kind of clear the air when it comes down to Dominion. Now, who gave us that money?
So
it's a teacher.
Yeah, teacher bill. So the Dominion settlement included $2.2 billion, I remember certainly correctly, that would go towards the teacher bill. And so the money did not come from county coffers. The revenue came from the Dominion settlement. And I tell people that, you know, Dominion recognized the benefit of investing in education that we were talking about, improving the outlook of the community long term, which obviously impacts their bottom line. And so Dominion recognized the value of trying to create stability in the teaching force, and as a result, felt it was prudent to invest in that project.
Okay. And so that's one of the things there. One of the things folks claim that county council gave us the money for the teacher bill. It's not true. So then we're gonna put it out and clear the air, as well as Dr. Green, we will elaborate a little bit on the talking about the motion was made by county council on Monday night. And we had 5 that voted for it, and we had 2 that voted against our children. You know, and you know, I'm for the children. I don't know about you. I'm for our children. And when it comes down to things like this teacher bill, this is going to give us teachers that be housed right here instead of riding from the different places all across the state. You know. And so we'll elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Miller. You know, obviously this is something that we've been talking about for several years now. Recognize that, you know, in the midst of a teacher shortage, you need to have every hour you can in your quiver to recruit and retain qualified professionals. So one of the things that the foundation has been pursuing over the last couple of years is this whole teachability concept. You know, I'll tell you that even we thought that if the foundation owned the project, it would be required to pay local property tax. Because of the 501c3 status, we realized that they were exempt from multiple federal taxes, multiple state taxes, and I assume even local property taxes, but that was not accurate. So in South Carolina, even though the foundation is a nonprofit and is exempt from multiple state and federal taxes, they would have to pay local property taxes unless the county council took the step that they're taking right now. And so the step that they're taking would provide a tax break to the foundation on that property that has been owned by the school district since about 1981. Right. It is relevant that I say how long the school district has owned that property Because many people may not recognize school districts don't pay property tax. And so when people talk about how much money the county has collected on this 22 acres of land, the answer to that is zero. The county has never collected a dime on that 22 acres of land, and will never have collected a dime on that 22 acres of land as long as it was owned by the school district. And so basically what the county council has said, and I appreciate the 5 members who voted to provide that same tax incentive, is to say that we aren't doing anything any different than what has existed since 1981, 82. And so that land has been owned by the school district, and we've never collected any tax money for that land. And we'll say if you want to use this land to build a complex you're trying to recruit, retain teachers, then we will leave the tax incentive in place, but the foundation wouldn't be required to pay land. The same as the school district didn't require to pay land. And as you remember, we've been pursuing this for a while, and I had this conversation with an individual at the county council meeting Monday night after the meeting. And I said, you remember when we had a private entity that was going to come and build houses on the property, and people complained and said that they didn't want to give this entity a tax break. And this was a nonprofit, this was a for-profit business. And so we don't want to give that company a tax break. I said, it's hard for me to fathom the logic to that, because this property has been owned by the school district for 40 years, and the county council has never received a dime for it. And so even if this private entity had come in and build houses, if you gave them a tax break, you still be getting money that you never would have got before. Now they backed out the deal because of some things that occurred relative to leaking information to the press, and so they walked away and said, we won't invest in Fairfield County. But I asked them, I said, so now when they walked away, how much money has the county collected on that 23? I guess. So it says, they poured on the 23 land. So anyone who suggests that giving a tax break to the foundation on land that the county has never collected tax money on somehow takes away from the county coffers is patently false and upsetting. Okay. So you didn't mention that we aren't giving corrections officers a raise, and we haven't given the sheriff department personnel a raise, and as a result of not giving them a raise, then we should provide this tax incentive to the foundation. Well, it's hard for me to follow that logic, but since this is land that the county has never received tax money for anyway. So how would providing a tax incentive for land that you never received tax money for anyway somehow impact your ability to get raised? If you won't get raised, you still can get raised. You don't have any more money or any less money than you would have after this is said and done. And so, once again, as I said earlier, we were talking about balancing. For us to grow as a community, we're going to need to work collectively. Okay, we don't need to work collectively to try to do all we can. And as I said to one of the members who had the meeting, it's fine to always be against something. And I find some people who are against everything, and I can't ever find what you're for. And if we're going to do the community, you have to be for something. I mean, just simply always being against everything does nothing to improve this community. Absolutely nothing. So I welcome some of those naysayers out there to find something that you're for and stop always being against it. This will be beneficial for this community. This will help us to recruit and retain qualified professionals. This will cause us to provide some economic energy in this community. Because as I explained to people, teachers and staff will live somewhere. Why not live here? Particularly if you work in here. Why not spend your money here? Why not go to our grocery store? Why not go to our CPA? Why not spend $8 here? So not only does it benefit us educationally, it benefits us economically. It appears to be a no-brainer. And last but not least, it doesn't cost anybody anything. I mean, it's not, nobody's saying you want to raise your taxes to do it. Nobody's saying you want to take money from you to do it. It's not costing you any money. So I encourage the county council to move forward to second reading, because it's not taking any money from the county, because you weren't getting any money from this property anyway. And guess what? If we don't build a teacher village and the district owns this property for another 100 years, guess how much money the county's gonna get? Nothing. So I keep reminding people, if this 98 acres of land is always owned by the school district, and we never do anything with that 98 acres of land, the county, the town, nobody will ever get a red cent. So to say we want to do nothing with it, so we can just, nobody get a red cent and get no benefit from it, make that make sense. It's hard to make that make sense to me, because it's simply, it's illogical. So it is a very good use from my perspective of the land. I appreciate the foundation board members who are engaged in that process. Let me just say one last thing. I probably said one back. But I serve on the foundation board. There are several members who serve on the foundation board. It's important for people to recognize people who serve on the foundation board do it for no money. Right. That's strictly volunteer work. Matter of fact, they do it, it's even less than no money. Every person on the foundation board makes a donation to the foundation. Because it is a nonprofit organization, it's almost expected that if you serve on the board of the foundation, you write a check. So every year, the people on the foundation board, not only do you not get any money, but you write a check out of your money to give to the foundation. So when people criticize folks who serve on the foundation board to give up their time for nothing and to write checks out of their own bank account to support the foundation board, I'm saying, I didn't criticize them. These people are giving, they're taking anything. So for all the folks who serve on the foundation board, I think you did selfless work, and people can complain, but when you sit and you give scholarship, this foundation has given scholarship every year since it's been started. Every year since the foundation board has been started, they give a scholarship. They got some corporate donation from some local businesses, and we thank them for those donations. But you know where the other money came from with this scholarship? People wrote that out their own pocket. Okay, so for anyone who like criticizing the foundation board because they're trying to do things to improve the community, I think it's important to recognize they don't get a report from this. This is strictly volunteer work, and they're writing checks out of their own pocket trying to invest in our community. So once again, as I said, I think it's going to be a very exciting project. That is not only going to benefit Fairfield County School District and students, and I look forward to the time when this foundation is not giving 4 or 5 scholarships, but it's giving 30 or 40 scholarships. You know, somebody said, well, we don't want the foundation board to have too much money. I said, well, how can they have too much money? Because they're not as if they can do anything with the money other than invest in the community. So the foundation board, guess what? The foundation had $100,000. They just be giving $100,000 worth of scholarships. They just be investing in teachers. It's not for profit. It's all to support students and education in Fairfield County. So the benefit of the tax rate is every dollar that they are invested in taxes, then that's money they can pay towards scholarship, fulfilling teachable requests, doing things to pour back into the education system. So I thank the county council for moving forward with that step. I appreciate the 5 members who supported it, and I would continue to support it because it is good for this.
Thank you, Dr. Anybody have anything else?
Yeah, Dr. Green, I agree wholeheartedly with you. It is very clear that a lot of people in this county don't want to see the county grow. They not invested with our kids, and never will be. But as long as all of us got breath in our body, we're gonna stand and fight for our children, and I'm definitely gonna do that. I was glad to see all of the children that went off to college, and 10 of them got my scholarship. Some of them came by my salon to thank me personally. Some of them sent a card, and it just gave me joy to know that. So even the last 2 years, I wasn't able to have my gala, but I still collected donations because people believe in our children. So next year, prayerfully that we will have an in-person gala. I sent my letter already, so we waiting to see. And so I'm so looking forward to that. That would be my 13th year of giving scholarships.
Thank you, Ms. Harris.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, and I won at 6:30 in the morning. I'm at my salon and I see the cross country kids running through town. I'm cheering them on early in the morning. They, hey, Miss Harrison, and I would have been giving out a breath. They just smiling and waving. So I think the coaches and the kids that get up that early in the morning and be running through town.
All right.
That's a dedication.
Oh, yeah, to get up there early in the morning running and smiling while they running. That is. And also our back to school bash we had at Ridgeway went very, very well. And Dr. Green, I tell you, I was begging them kids to get them hot dogs, but they had that game and got there. They didn't want them hot dogs, they wanted to go play them games. But it went very, very well, and I appreciate everybody that gave a donation. However they gave it, we appreciate everything. So Moses Bell and I, it went over well. So I thank everybody that could come and came out and supported. We tried to make them kids eat them hot dogs. They won't play them games.
Any more board members?
Yes, sir. Chairman, speaking of convocation, it's very exciting.
It's very exciting, and the teachers are very happy to be there and everything. On behalf of the leaders and the chiefs, you know, we had a drawing for 4 Carolina Panther tickets, which Dr. Yarborough won and Mrs. Morris from Fairfield Middle School won. We were very thankful and grateful was able to help out in that situation. You know, with the teacher shortage and everything throughout the states and on supplies, on behalf of the believers and achievers, next month, what we're doing, we're gonna do a fundraiser to where we're gonna raise money to buy school supplies, not just for certain schools, but throughout the district, even the private schools, and give each school the supplies and everything. And we also have already had some people that's wanted to donate. Blackjack Church is one of them. Your neighbor, Majestic Daycare, Miss Keisha Irby, they're gonna be a part of it. And we're gonna get this thing up and going. Anybody like to contribute or make a donation to it, like you say, it's all about the children, and that's what we want to do is give back. So I give you a future date later at a later notice, and we're gonna make it happen for our children. Thank you.
David, you were looking at the little side, I pulled the name of both of them, Fairfield Middle School, about a little suspect. How that happened. I'll show you, it's totally coincidental.
No, sir. Appreciate it.
Any more? Anybody else? I have this letter here in the studio from the Elite Ladies, Fairfield County School District Dance Auxiliary. FC Diamond Elite Dance Team would like to thank board member Darrell Davis for his financial support in our annual dance camp, 2022 Summer Sizzle HBCU Dance Camp. So they thanking you, Mr. Davis, for this, and this thing for your generosity from the dancers, parents, and staff of the FC Diamond Elite Dance Team. So I'll make that right there also. All right.
Chairman, I thank you for sharing that with me and the fellow board members at Ms. Giovanna Brown. You're doing a great job with the dance team. We thank you for all that you do. You know, by you not being a resident of Fairfield County, taking the time out of your day after a long day's work to provide a place for these young ladies to go. We really thank you for that. Thank you.
Can we get a motion?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Harrison, second by Mr. Davis to adjourn. All in favor, show by the raising of the right hand. That would be 6-0. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Oh, no. I didn't see it. Have to have it.
All right.
Must have been a letter. How you doing?
No way. Only one. You should go on YouTube and put it on FC Diamonds.
What's up, Mr. Armstrong? How you doing, Mr. Armstrong? How you doing?
Yeah, tell Tony.